Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today for our Nexford Virtual Tour. I'm so happy to see everybody on the call already. I think we had some registration complications today. I don't know if anybody faced that, but I'm glad you guys made it through. Everybody's on the call. We waited just a few minutes for more people to join, but let's get started. I know we're a little late on time here. So first of all, I want to say hi to Hanny, Clinton, Ismail, Stanley, Timothy, and Omatayo. Thanks for taking the time to join us today. Please feel free to jump on chat. Let us know more about you. Where in the world are you joining us from today, and which Nexford program do you wish to enroll in? We've also got some lovely people on the call today helping me, talk more about Nexford University. We've got our admissions director, Heidi Boyd, on the call. Please feel free to introduce yourself to everybody.
Thank you, Mai. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining and welcome. I'm fortunate enough to be here with you today. I have almost 20 years in higher education admissions experience and sharing Nexford's story, our format, what we do, all of our programs, the community and networking and career services options. Just it's wonderful to be able to have this time kind of face to face, so to speak, to be able to cover the details and answer your questions today. And we do have classes starting. So it's just know as we're going through everything, if you're liking what you see and getting excited, just know that we have plenty of time to get you set up and have us joining class still this year.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Heidi. Always lovely to have you. So yeah. I realized I did not introduce. My name is Mai, and I'm the engagement marketing manager at Nexford, currently with the marketing team. I have been with Nexford for more than 6 years now. I'm still always, surprised when I hear that. But during that time, I've spoken with many aspiring learners, such as you guys, who wish to learn more about the Nexford learning experience and what differentiates from other online programs. Or we're here to do the different learner benefits and to walk you through the whole experience. We're also here to answer questions. So I encourage you, if you have any, please don't hesitate to drop them in the Q&A section in your Zoom application. We'll get to them at the end. We're going to have a portion at the end of the webinar where we'll be taking some questions live. We should be a student as well today. I'm not sure if she's going to join, but if not, then we're here to answer also anything about learning experience. So this is just, walking you through if you hadn't had the chance yet to go on Nexford's website, or perhaps you haven't connected with a Nexford application specialist to tell you more about our programs and everything we have to offer. So we'll be kind of doing an overview of all of that with you live, as well as all of our programs. So, it would be amazing if you guys jumped on chat and let us know also which Nexford programs you want to enroll in, which Nexford programs you're interested in, because that way we can focus on those programs during the call, and this can be a little bit more tailored towards your goals. We'll be walking you through the application process as well. We'll be talking about scholarship opportunities. Yes, those exist. And talking about some alumni results from our graduates from last year. And then the actual main part is the virtual tour. So walking you through the online learning platform and all of the learner benefits. And then beyond NXU, talking about the career services and different benefits as well. And then finally, some questions and answers at the end. So yeah, let's get started. I'd like to give the mic back here to Heidi to just welcome everybody to Nexford.
Thank you so much. So again, everyone, welcome. I love this slide so much. But at Nexford, we've really reimagined what modern university experiences can look like. Accessibility, flexibility, and really built around all your goals from beginning to end. My mention speaking with an application specialist, so myself or Christine or someone on our team, is here to, if you haven't engaged with them yet, definitely do. But for those of you who have, those conversations really start with you and your goals and your why and what has you thinking about coming back and being in a classroom, although it looks very different today, which you'll learn more about. So we're designed for career-driven learners globally around the world who want to build in-demand skills while earning recognized and accredited credentials. Instead of following the old campus model, we've created a 100% online learning experience that fits the way that we live and work today. So thanks to technology, we're able to deliver this world-class education also at a fraction of the cost, especially of traditional universities based in the United States. So our programs are competency-based and focused on real workplace skills, so the return on investment comes often much faster than you'd expect, as you'll hear later from an alum. So whether you're looking to upskill your skill sets, change careers, or get ahead in your current role, Nexford equips you with practical, job-ready skills that can make a real impact. And the next slide, as I alluded to, be hearing from an alum, I think next. He's a graduate named Jason Weimer. American living in Thailand. He started his own graphic design business there. And then after years of running his business overseas, realized there was still so much more that he needed and wanted to learn, especially around leadership, integrating tech into his work, which led him to Nexford. He chose us because the program here gave him flexibility to study online while growing his company across multiple countries. So his MBA specialization in advanced AI provided Jason with valuable insights and skills that helped him to rethink how design, tech, and data can all work together. And no matter really what business you're in, rethinking how whatever we do, tech and data works together, that's what we're all doing all day, right? So whether it's using customer data to improve operations or applying AI concepts to streamline inventory and enhance decision making, Nexford's curriculums and support here absolutely was a benefit. So now I'm happy to introduce you to our founder and CEO. You might have seen an invitation to an open Q&A that he's hosting very soon, but with pleasure, Fadel Al-Tarsi.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams. So why not dream big? I've always liked, but I just realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to fit communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could learn. I thought to myself, is this why unemployment stats of college graduates grab so many media headlines? And it's not a graduate's fault. Burdened by heavy debt, cohorts of learners walk away from university prepared for the workplace. That I'm convinced has the potential to positively impact lives as well as millions worldwide. I can CEO of Nexford.
All right, and that is just a sneak peek. Hopefully everybody can watch it in its entirety once they get enrolled at Nexford. So yeah, let's move forward here. So I want to talk a little bit more about accreditation. I know this is a common question that we get at Nexford. So Nexford, as a Heidi said, is accredited, which is a DC. The DAC is listed by the U.S. Department of Education as a recognized accrediting agency. And is recognized by the Education Accreditation in Washington, D.C. And that is the same organization that licenses all physical universities operating in Washington, D.C. Finally, Nexford has also received specialized accreditation a day through the international. All right. Here I'd like to give the mic again to Heidi, if you could tell everybody a little bit more about why learners choose Nexford.
Absolutely. So Nexford was never a traditional university that needed to move online like you've seen, especially in 2020 when everybody had to move online if they weren't offering some component of it. But we start out this way. We were built for online learning from day one. Every part of our experience was designed with global learners in mind. So you can learn on your terms from anywhere in the world. Licensed and accredited, as we've talked about, our licensures in Washington, D.C., our accreditation with the Distance Education Accrediting Commission in the U.S. So they hold us to rigorous standards for quality and relevance. Our accreditation reflects our commitment to delivering programs that truly impact careers with real world skills that you develop as you go through the program. Because the world moves so fast, being relevant and flexible, even more important. And we keep our programs updated with the latest industry trends. You're not just learning theory and concept, you're building real skills that employers value. We get that life doesn't run on a fixed schedule, and neither do we. While our courses aren't self-paced, you can finish one in 8 weeks or sooner if you're able to. If you're doing well academically, you'll have the option to take on 2 classes at a time later in the program if you choose. And with our pay-as-you-go model, you can plan your learning around your budget and your time. And then networking, it's often something that you might not think about. The connections and community that you have access to when you become a student is one of the most, sometimes one of the most valuable things. Who you know is often what gets you an introduction to your next, to your next adventure. But while everything is online, you're not learning alone. You're part of a global supportive community, connecting with peers, faculty, and professionals from all over the world who are all on a similar journey.
Amazing. Very well said. Thank you so much, Heidi. All right. So one of the things I do want to talk about, which I think really sets Nexford apart, is how predictable and flexible our tuition is. You would pay a flat monthly rate with no big upfront fees, no hidden charges. Whether you're taking one course at a time or more, your monthly cost would stay the same. So it's super easy to budget. And here's the best part: the faster that you finish, the less that you would pay overall. If you complete your master's in just 12 months, you'll only pay for those 12 months. If you take the average 18 months, you would pay for 18, for example. And even if life gets in the way and you need more time, you'll never pay for more than 23 months for a master's degree program, as long as you finish it within the maximum time for a master's degree at Nexford, which is 27 months. So you'd only pay maximum 23 months. So this applies to all of our degrees. You won't pay, or all of our master degrees rather, you won't pay more than the max tuition for the program length. And for our BBA degree program, we have a pay per course model where you can study at your own pace. You can pay for a single course at a time, no monthly commitment. This means if you move slower, you won't have to pay more. So maximum flexibility. When you complete one course, you can start the next one when you're ready. This means you can take longer or shorter to complete your degree. So it's all designed to give you peace of mind and real flexibility, so you can move at a pace that works for you without worrying about any penalties or any surprise costs. Now, we designed our programs at Nexford using what we call the workforce alignment model. This approach ensures that our programs are forward-looking and they're built around the skills employers are actively seeking. To achieve this, we combine in-depth research with insights from a global advisory board of industry experts. Our advisory board plays a key role in shaping our programs, comprising leaders across various industries. The board meets with us multiple times a year to review new offerings and recommend updates to existing ones. And our mission is to help learners connect with the careers that they aspire to, and we offer a range of flexible learning options to support that goal, starting with our master degree programs. So you'll see that we specialize in business and business technology, offering programs like, of course, the MBA. We also have an MBA in Entrepreneurship. We have a Master of Science in Digital Transformation and Data Analytics. And our BBA program features specializations in high-demand areas like AI and business analytics, entrepreneurship, and digital marketing. We also offer 2 career pathway certificates, operations management, as well as professional sales, each tailored to prepare learners for in-demand entry-level roles that don't require a bachelor's degree. Under certificates, we also offer a mini MBA. If we have a chance, I'll talk about that a little later on. And finally, we have single courses that take just 1 to 2 months to complete for those who are looking to build targeted skills without committing to a full degree. Perhaps you don't have the time right now, you don't have the finances, or you just want to try Nexford out and gain a specific single skill. Then you can opt for any of these one-off sort of courses, and there's just a one-time tuition fee for them, and you can complete them in just 1 to 2 months. So while our foundation has always been rooted in business, we have continuously evolved to integrate technology and emphasize power skills such as communication, collaboration, and critical thinking. After all, having the knowledge is essential, yeah, but knowing how to work effectively with others is just as important for long-term success. Now let's break down some of those programs a little bit more, starting with our graduate degree programs. So here you're going to see a sort of program comparison between our different master degree programs. At the bottom, you're going to see how many courses each of these degrees have, as well as the average duration of completion. So all of them have an average duration of 18 months, and they all have 12 courses. The Master of Business Administration in Entrepreneurship at the end there has 12 courses as well, and then 4 seminars. So that in total, those would become 16 courses, but it still has the average duration of 18 months. So let's talk more about the core focus, possible job roles for all of these, and the typical learner profile, starting with the MBA degree program. So if you're somebody who's aiming to grow your career at the crossroads of business, tech, and leadership, this program is a great fit. It's designed for professionals who want to boost their strategic thinking and leadership skills in a global context. Typical roles after completing this MBA include senior positions like Chief Operating Officer, Management Consultant, or Marketing Director. At its core, the program builds well-rounded expertise in business management, leadership, and strategic planning, skills that are valuable across any industry. As for the Master of Science in Digital Transformation, or our MSDT, this one's perfect for professionals who are leading digital initiatives who want to deepen their ability to drive innovation through tech. Graduates often step into roles such as Digital Innovation Specialist or Chief Digital Officer, positions where you're responsible for steering a company's digital future. The main focus here is on using cutting-edge technologies like AI, cybersecurity, and data science, to create real business value and improve operations. Now, for anyone who's looking to sharpen their technical and analytical skills, then the Master of Science in Data Analytics program offers a solid foundation to thrive in data-driven environments. It prepares you for roles like data scientist, business intelligence analyst, or finance data manager, positions where data truly drives decision-making. The focus is on helping you master the tools and techniques used to analyze data, uncover insights, and guide smarter business strategies. Now, finally, if you're passionate about launching a business or driving innovation from within a company, then the MBA in E or in entrepreneurship is the program for you. It's tailored for aspiring founders or future startup leaders. Think startup founder, VC analyst, or even someone building a new venture from the ground up. At its heart, this degree teaches you how to turn innovative ideas into successful ventures through smart strategy, funding know-how, and practical startup skills. So I'd love to hear from the chat, guys. Which of these degree programs might you be interested in? All right, moving forward here, we're going to talk a little bit more about what learning can look like in each of these degree programs, as well as looking at example projects for each of these degrees, as you can see at the bottom here. So the big thing to know is we don't follow the traditional school model where you're just reading theory and memorizing for exams. Instead, you'll be working on real projects that mirror what professionals are actually doing in the workplace. These are the sample projects you would be working on. It's very practical, as you can see. So in one course, you might be developing a market entry plan for a new region or using AI to help a healthcare company improve patient care. You could also be working on things like data storytelling or even building out a product roadmap for a startup. The point is every project is practical and it's designed to help you build the skills you'll need on the job. So by the time that you graduate, you'll already have a portfolio of work that shows what you can do and not just a degree. I'll also show you later how we bring in business tech and AI tools into the learning process. So it's all about keeping things relevant to today's world. All right, now let's cover some program features of each of these graduate degrees before moving forward. Starting with the MBA, you'll see that you can specialize in 6 in-demand areas like AI, e-commerce, cybersecurity, sustainability, and so on. For our MSDT and our MSDA, we have a partnership with CompTIA. So CompTIA is the world's most trusted certifying body of IT professionals. They are the largest vendor-neutral credentialing program for technology workers. CompTIA has awarded more than 2.5 million certifications in areas such as cybersecurity, networking, cloud computing, and technical support. The MSDT program curriculum includes integrated CompTIA certification preparation courses like Network Plus, Project Plus, and Security Plus, which become accessible after reaching the halfway point of your program without any extra charges. These courses can be accessed through both Canvas and, just MyNXU. All of that is in the learning platform that we will show you later on. In the MSDA, you'll also have the opportunity to earn a CompTIA certification, which is called Data Plus, adding even more value to your learning experience. Now, our MBAE program includes a series of live and collaborative seminars, each comprising 2 live sessions where you'll connect with peers, you'll build networks, and you'll learn from the best. And I did promise you guys to talk a little bit about the mini MBA. It's still fairly a new program. So our MBA, of course, is also 100% online and it can be completed in 4 to 6 months. The curriculum includes 5 courses that cover leadership, marketing, finance, strategy, and operations. You'll be solving business challenges from top global organizations. And the skills you'll gain are like, you'll be able to communicate, to influence, interpret financial statements. You'll be, developing global and marketing strategies. You can lead organizational change, drive decision making. And in the end, upon graduation, you'll earn 13 credits that are transferable to Nexford's full MBA program. So 4 courses count, only 8 left to complete the MBA. So that's pretty amazing. And the admissions process is that the same requirements as the MBA. And again, of course, it's fast, it's affordable, and it's a great way to also advance your career and hopefully accelerate toward a full MBA. All right, before moving forward with the undergraduate degree, I can see that our guest speaker, our guest learner today, Ninian, has joined. Thank you so much for joining us today. I would love for you to introduce yourself as well to everybody today. Let us know more about you. Which Nexford program are you studying and where in the world are you joining us from?
Hi, thank you so much, Mai. This is Ninian. I'm joining from Manila in the Philippines, and I'm a proud graduate of Nexford University. I earned my Bachelor of Business Administration with a specialization in artificial intelligence. And then recently, I just finished my MBA with a specialization in sustainability.
That is very impressive. You're like a double Nexford learner. That is incredible. Congratulations, Ninian.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So Heidi, I know you had mentioned like you had a question for Ninian, and I think it's ideal that we're on the undergraduate degree. Yeah.
I would love to hear a little bit about how, what your research process was like and how you chose Nexford and anything you'd share as, kind of advice to someone in this stage where they're doing research and trying to make the decision on should I go for it or not?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I learned Nexford actually during pandemic years, and then I realized that, of course, I was searching about different opportunities where I can still study, even during those challenges that we have. And then I found out Nexford, and then it made me also compare and research what Nexford University is. But then when I was able to learn about the accreditation, the people behind it, the objective also of Nexford, and be able to reach people across the globe to have this kind of opportunity where they can learn from their own pace, at the same time having this kind of opportunity where you can learn anywhere. So it made me realize that this is the opportunity for me. And 4 years after, it seems that that was one of the best decisions that I made in my life, because I was able to finish my BBA and MBA as well. And until now, I was able to have a bigger community of learners for me to be able to connect with the other learners also from Nexford, and learn also from their experience. So for me, to those who are still searching about the education and opportunity, this is one of the best opportunity that you can have, and you can learn from anywhere, and you can also balance it while you are working, because from my end, I was working, I was a full-time also in my work. So life happens as well, and even though that I got pregnant when I was having my MBA program, and now
Wow.
a full-time mom, still I was able to finish my MBA. So it's really more on balancing life and education. So I think Nexford has a really good flexibility that provides to the learners. And one also of the things that help me is the advising session
Mm.
um, that the Nextford provides, because I was able to get um, tailor fit advices from the success advisors, for me to be able to share also what's my situation, and they were able to provide me solutions, and also some options to the challenges that I was facing.
Well, I have to say, all I needed to hear was, you got pregnant and had a child while you were in the middle of your program experience. Like, amazing. Really, where there's a will, there's a way. And, with 20 years in higher education, like not everybody does this, right? Like it's a choice to continue your education. And it's some people I'm sure looked at you and were like, how are you doing this? Like, because a lot of people use little excuses not to take the step forward and to not let anything stop you, and to become a mother while you're doing this is I mean, it's amazing. So congratulations, and thank you so much for joining us. And I'll stop talking now, but that's amazing.
Thank you so much.
It is incredible. It's very impressive, and it's really inspirational. I love these stories, and when I hear that everybody is really possible of being able to balance, their personal life with their work life, with their, family duties, as well as with education. And yeah, nothing should stop you, really. So amazing. Thank you, Ninian. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear you studied a BBA, so we can, walk through that a little bit for everybody on the call, as well, in case we have other learners that, would like to start with a BBA as well. So our BBA at Nexford is really designed for aspiring professionals who want a solid foundation in business. So whether you're aiming to move up in your current role, to switch careers, or to start your own business, we see learners from all kinds of backgrounds, HR, operations, marketing, finance, or even tech. Some are fresh out of high school, while others are already working and they want to level up. So what sets this BBA apart is how practical it is. You won't just learn theory, you'll apply it to real projects, like creating and presenting a personal leadership plan, sharpening your strategic and communication skills, and you can boost your market value even more by specializing in not one, but up to 4 of our 6 BBA specializations on offer. And AI is fully embedded, and we'll be talking more about that later on, but Introduction to Artificial Intelligence is now embedded in your program with a range of additional optional AI courses. And a newly launched career course is now embedded in the program as well at no additional cost. The course includes in-depth career guidance, tools, and resources to help you advance your career. And this is just the beginning. You can also get credit for prior learning, like previous coursework or industry certifications. You can earn 2 degrees. So what that means is an associate degree after completing 20 courses out of the 40 courses in your BBA. And so by the time you graduate fully at 40 courses in the BBA, you'll have 2 degrees, an associate's and also a bachelor's degree. And then you can take up to also 4 MBA or MSDT courses while still in your BBA program, saving you time and tuition in the future, right? So it's all designed to accelerate your career and to help you stand out. Okay, I'm excited to talk about the application process. Now that we have an idea about all our different offerings at Nexford, let's walk everybody through, first of all, scholarship opportunities. We do offer scholarship opportunities to Nexford students all around the world. You can get anywhere from 5% up to maybe 25% off of your monthly Nexford tuition, and this depends on your application. There is an application form you'll need to fill. Whether or not you're successful does depend on merit. Our scholarship committee is going to check your application for scholarship, and based on, a lot of things, and based on, which program you're applying for, the time that you're doing it, what we have to offer at that moment, as well as the country that, you're based in, that can make a difference also in the tuition amount that you can have a reduction on. But it is applicable to all of our degree programs, our graduate level ones or undergraduate level ones, as well as the career pathway certificates. But you need to make sure first that, of course, you meet the admission requirements for the program that you're applying for at Nexford. And in fact, if you've already applied and then you apply, you submitted an application for a program at Nexford and then you apply for a scholarship opportunity, you'll probably have a better chance than other, applicants, because you got to show our admissions team that you are serious about your education and about your application. All right, so let's walk, through those different admission requirements, starting with degree programs. So when you do apply to any degree program at Nexford, we will require the submission of official transcripts sent to Nexford directly from your previous school. And that is how we consider it official, but you can apply with an unofficial copy, which is a copy that you have and you can share with us, and that would suffice for you to get started, to start your learning already. We don't want to delay you. You can start learning, and you have anywhere from like 60 to 90 days to provide missing documents like the official transcript from your school, as well as proof of English proficiency. So you'll see it at the bottom here. Only some international learners may be asked to submit proof of English proficiency. If English was the main language of instruction in your previous school, then you will not be required to provide that. Your transcript will be enough to apply with. You'll see here also just some information about single courses. So we've made the registration process easier for those. You can enroll and start as soon as, October 1 without paying an application fee. We've waived the application fee for the single courses. You'll pay just a one-time tuition fee for that single course and get started, right away. But regardless of what you're applying for at Nexford, all applicants must provide the following documents. So of course, government issued ID, passport quality photo. We need an official transcript, like I said, from your previous school, and then we already covered the English proficiency part. On the right side here is a little breakdown of the different requirements for each degree. So starting with the master's degree program, you'll see here that, you need to have a bachelor's degree from an accredited university, that's for sure. But does this bachelor's degree need to be in a specific field? It can be in a business. It's preferable it be in a business or related field, or it could be in IT. That differs depending on which degree program you're applying for. So you'll see the exact requirements here listed. So for example, if you studied nursing, in your bachelor's and you want to apply for an MBA degree program, are you eligible? Yes, you can still be eligible, but Nexford will require that you take a prerequisite course with us. It's like a business foundations course to qualify you to then move on and study the MBA. So we have similar things like that for each degree program. So for our MSDA, for example, if you've already taken statistics, you won't need to take that. If you haven't, then you will take a statistics course with Nexford. If you haven't taken data analytics, you'll take 2 courses in data analytics prior to degree enrollment in the MSDA, and so on. It's only our MBAE where your bachelor's does not need to be in a specific field for entrepreneurship. It just needs to be from an accredited university. And of course, for our undergraduate degree, like our BBA, we just need to see that you have a high school certificate or what is equivalent to a high school education. All right. Now that you've reviewed the admission requirements, you can start your application anytime at apply.nxu.nexford.edu. It's super easy, and the great thing is you can start your application. If you're not ready to finish it in one go, you can save your progress and complete it later. It's very straightforward. And then there's a one-time $25 application fee for the submission and review of your application. It can take our admissions team usually 1 to 2 days to review your application. Hopefully, when you receive a successful application decision, you can go back onto the online portal, confirm your enrollment, sign the enrollment agreement, and pay at least the first month of your chosen program tuition, and then select a start date. You can select any start date up to 3 months ahead. So, for example, if you wish to start your program on November 1, you can still get enrolled today and choose to start on November 1 or even December 1. So maximum 3 months ahead. Why you might ask, would you enroll early, right? For some people, it removes the hassle, right, of still worrying about, whether or not you're going to find the time or, the tuition, a few months down the line. It could be that you just want, to secure your spot in a certain intake. Yeah, sorry, Heidi, did you want to say something?
Yeah. So to this topic, I was just talking to a student about this who's starting class. I think in December is when he's going to decide, maybe November. But just that when you've been thinking about something that you've wanted for so long and it's been, on your mind, on your heart, you've wanted it. So many of us are that way. It's so like I was 36 when I finished my bachelor's and then got my MBA after. But even so, if you've been thinking about it for 6 months, just deciding that you want to do it, doing the research and finding the program that you want, and then enrolling, even if it is a few months later, that kind of move just really does make you feel so much better immediately.
I love that. I love that. That is so true. That is such a great reason. And yeah, I'd like to add that if you enroll early, you also have early access to all of the learner benefits that we'll be covering also later on in the call today. So stay tuned for that if you want to know a little bit more about that as well. All right. So yeah, once you get enrolled, you choose your future start date, you can start your program on the month of your choosing. What's important to remember is the enrollment deadline. So you'll see that at the bottom here. If anybody wants to start their program on October 1, you need to make sure to complete your application and your enrollment on or before the 28th of September. So it's often the 28th of each month that is the enrollment deadline for the upcoming intake. So make sure to mark your calendars. It really is a tight deadline, so you need to make sure to get application and enrollment. The sooner you start, the better, because while we have an admissions process of 1 to 2 days, if you have documents that need translating, or you have discrepancy in your documents, your names are different across all of your documents, you might need an affidavit. If there's any reason at all that your application needs to be a little bit delayed, then you don't want to miss that deadline of the 28th. So the sooner you start, the better, just to be on the safe side. All right. Now I want to talk about some positive learner outcomes as to why we do what we do at Nexford University. So we ran an alumni survey last year for our graduates, and in fact, we have a new results as well for our graduates in 2025. Hopefully, next time we'll be covering those. It's just new information, but this is for our graduates back in 2024, right? So we ran an alumni survey then, and it's clear that Nexford graduates are making real career moves. So 97% are employed full-time at global companies, showing that the skills that they've gained are highly valued in the job market, and some of them are also still pursuing further education. 80% have been promoted within 18 months. You can see 84% of our alumni are already in leadership roles today, reflecting the program's emphasis on leadership development and its impact on career advancement. And it doesn't stop there. Nexford alumni are thriving in innovative industries. 74% are employed in ICT, finance, and operations sectors, proving that our graduates have the skills to succeed in fast-evolving fields. Finally, the best proof of impact comes from those who've experienced it firsthand. 98% of our alumni would recommend Nexford, which is a testament to the value that they've gained. And like I said, these are end of last year's alumni outcomes. So stay tuned for next week. We'll be, announcing it on our blog as well as on our socials, the new results of our graduates in 2025. And it's super exciting. There are even greater numbers. So exciting to share that with everybody. Yes, please go ahead, Heidi.
I'd love to add the data point. We'll have to tell the team of it, the best decision I've ever made, because when Ninian said that earlier, it was just so lovely. And so I would wonder what percentage of Nexford learners would agree.
Agreed. I love that. We should do a survey for that for sure. All right, and yeah, let's move forward here. All right, so I want to talk more. Finally, we're in the virtual tour part of the call, so you'll be seeing more of the online platform and how that experience looks like. So, like I said, once you enroll to our system called Canvas, and you can download a mobile app called Canvas Student. I recommend downloading it, honestly. Yes, you will still need your laptop for a lot of projects, and in fact, it's required for many things. However, having the mobile app means you can still study on the go. You can study while you're commuting. You can maybe check, your grades or speak with other university learners or faculty members. Connecting it to your phone means you can connect it to your calendar, get notifications straight on your phone, and so on. So I think it's also a great add-on to have if you want to keep on track with everything. But yeah, let's play this video here as well. I can walk you guys through the learning experience. So right on the dashboard, you'll find My NXU. I mentioned that earlier. So that is within Canvas. It's called My NXU. And think of it as your personal command center. It's where your Nexford journey begins, and it connects you to everything you need to succeed. In the program area, you'll see your entire learning path laid out. That's where you can track your progress, you can see your scores, and you can access your courses. And when you tap on any course, you'll get an overview of what you're going to learn and the skills you're expected to gain. Now, the courses are designed to be super relevant to the workplace, but also engaging. Each course is organized into modules that match specific learning outcomes. And inside, you'll find videos, downloadable resources, interactive exercises to keep things interesting and hands-on. We don't want our learners falling asleep. So there's always something to keep you engaged. And when it comes to assignments, you can get ready for practical work. These aren't just for grades. They help you build real skills and a strong portfolio that you can show to employers. And just because it's online, it doesn't mean you're on your own. With live lectures, you can connect with instructors and classmates. You can get one-on-one support from faculty members and join discussions through course boards and chats. Learning here is a shared experience. And from day one, you'll also go through the NXU orientation course. Like I said, it's like your welcome package. It gives you everything you need to know about the online platform. It sets you up with everything you need to get started smoothly. And if you need help along the way, we've got you with our success advisors who are available nearly 24/7 for anything from tech support to personalized academic guidance. And you can book one-on-one sessions with them too. Now, this is the writing lab to assist you with your academic writing. It's available anytime. You can get expert help. You can strengthen your skills. You can learn how to use AI responsibly in research and assignments. And finally, you'll have access to our full online library called Learn, LIRN, with more than 60 million databases, articles, and publications that is all included and available whenever you need them. So at Nexford, everything is set up to help you learn, grow, and succeed. And in fact, if you join us, in our next virtual tour, hopefully, we'll have some new content for you to show you some of the new updates we have in the platform. So we're constantly updating, Canvas. We're constantly updating our learner experience. I'm super excited. So stay tuned not only for the alumni survey, but also more about the different updates we did on Canvas. All right. And I see Ninian agreeing. I'm sure you've experienced these, updates on the platforms, regularly.
Yes, yes. Well, the Canvas has been really very helpful because it's like all in one. I can see the modules there, and also the status of my courses. I can also see the deadlines. So, and even my NXU wallet, if I was able to pay my tuition, so it's like all in one. It's very intuitive, and it's so it's very user friendly as well, because I when I actually started in Nexford, we're using a different platform, and then over the years it was able to improve, and then I realized that, oh, this is better, and for people, younger people who are somehow has access and very adapt to the use of technology. At the same time, for those in the age of, let's say, older people who wants also to continue their studies with Nexford, it's also very user friendly for them.
Mhm.
So it's really helpful, this the canvas of Nexford.
Could you talk a little bit to your experience, Ninian, with like working with your instructors and like at live sessions, that type assignments, even anything like that from you and would be great.
Um, what I can really share is that I was able to, well, there are live sessions, but what really was very helpful from my end is that I was able to message my professors directly, even using the Canvas. So it's very helpful. And then at the same time, I can also connect with the fellow learners. For that, well, I really had a lot of um learning curve during when I was using the Canvas, and at the same time how to use AI responsibly.
Mm,
Because given all of this information that's very accessible, at the same time, we as a learner of Nexford, I also value the importance of having your own analysis, having your own um, um, understanding of the courses, and not just copy paste from the internet and sending it to your professor, because Nexford has also a way of checking where you get these sources. So it's very important on how to handle the information, at the same time use AI as a responsible learner.
hmm Thank you for mentioning that. That comes up a lot in conversations with people who are thinking about school, because you don't know what kind of education you get just on AI and the use of it just being a student, and it starts immediately.
Yeah. So it's really helpful that Nexford was able to have a built-in um uh tool to be able to detect if it came from AI, or it came from sources just on the internet. So I think for now, what's really important is that how learners at Nexford will be able to use it responsibly, given that there are a lot of information and we have access to that, but at the same time, use it for us to be able to discern and be able really to learn about the courses, and especially that these courses are very helpful tools in our practical work. Even for my end, I was able to learn all of these tools and use it also in my work. So it's not just about learning for the courses just to learn and finish it and finish your module and have the grades, but it's the courses are there and it's really has an impact. It's very helpful for me to be able to use it at my work as well.
Could you give an example of on how you do that? Something that you've like literally learned today, applied the next at your job?
Yeah, since I'm working in a business accelerator, so the business strategies that I am learning, all of these business models that I was able to learn from a Nexford, I was able to use it and see things clearly at work, for me to be able to apply it directly. So actually during my program at Nexford, I was able to get a promotion as well. So before I was a program coordinator in our company, and then I was able to have a promotion to become the communications chief. So it was really a very helpful journey that Nexford provided me, not just a degree, but at the same time, the practical learning on how I can able to apply this to my real work.
Amazing. Amazing.
Super happy to hear that. No, it's great to hear, like real like learner success in real time.
Yes, thank you so much. And then actually Nextford also helped me to balance things and be able to have this time management, because
Hmm.
some people would say that, oh, I cannot go to school, or I
Yeah.
can continue my studies because I have a work, and all of this, a lot of roles that we played in life. So well, life happens. It's just
Yeah.
we cannot really compart the separate things. Like if we really want to have an education, to have a degree, we can have all the reasons, right? But
Yeah.
if we are really determined and we have really a target and our objective of we have to finish, I want to have a business degree, then that's it. You just really have to overcome all these challenges. So
Yeah.
in the end, um even though that I was a full time at my work, and then I got also pregnant. I had my
Yeah.
family, so I got married while also doing my school. So and having a newborn baby is also another challenging journey. So all these things, but success success doesn't have an age, and success is really for everyone. So when Nextford presented itself to me some 4 years ago, I just really had a decision, and then I said that I have to do it until the end. And even after my BBA, I still pursued to have an MBA at Nextford, because I realized how important the opportunity of having an American degree at the same time in this digital age that we have. So I'm really thankful to Nexford and to those aspiring students. The perfect time is now, for you to be able to experience also the education opportunity at Nexford. So I am very excited for you, and for now I want to welcome you all at Nexford, because the experience, the flexibility, and even when you will search and compare Nexford to other universities and online universities, it's relatively cheaper compared to the other online universities. And then I have to say that the perfect time is now, because I also observed that the tuition is also getting higher and higher. So it's really important that you grab the opportunity once it's presented. That's it. So I hope that we can connect and join the community of learners at Nexford.
Thank you so much. I want to enroll in school again. And you bring up such good points. We all do what we want to do, and we don't do what we don't want to do. And every graduate I've met, I think, is so surprised by how much better they got at time management. Because when you just do it and try it, you want to. Okay, it's just trust the process. You figure it out, and you do become just kind of. I mean, you can become better at everything. I wasn't sure if the PowerPoint was broken, because I could just ask Ninian questions for the rest of the call and get through the Q&A if there's any tech difficulties. But thank you so much, Ninian. That was lovely.
Thank you so much.
I think we might be having a little bit of tech difficulty. So let's see if we have some Q&A questions here. So it looks like, Ninian, could you talk a little bit to, like, maybe examples of some kind of assignments that you had and what assignments are like in the program?
Um, yeah, some of the assignments would actually, for example, making a deck. What I can remember is that one of my projects is for me to be able to develop a deck and assess, for example, like a business model for this company. So some of those things. What really helped me is at Nexford, I was able to develop also how to create pitch decks, and I was able to
Mm-hmm.
like presenting it as you present it to do the pitch. So it was really helpful because the communication skills was able to be developed at the same time on how are we going to use to use and be able to create effective visuals in our presentations. So those some practical kind of projects would really those are very relevant
Thank
projects.
you. Yeah.
All right. Well, sorry, I know I dropped out of the call a little bit, guys, suddenly facing some connectivity issues. But I know we're running over time here, so I'm super grateful for, the attendees that are still keen to learn more about the Nexford Learning Experience and are still on the call with us. So we have just a few more items to discuss. Yeah, so let me share my screen again, and we'll just quickly go through them. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're good. All right. Let me know if we're facing any audio issues as well. But I just want to talk about Beyond NXU. This is super amazing. It's it's a career success hub at Nexford. So our goal isn't just to get you ready for your next job, it's to set you up for a whole career, like real return on education that pays off long term. The heart of our career support is something we call Beyond NXU. You can think of it as your all-in-one platform for career success, learner and alumni services, and community. It's where you'll find the tools, connections, and support to actually move forward in your career. So you'll have a 24/7 AI career coach called Carrie, basically your personal career assistant, always online, always ready to answer questions and give you direction. There's an AI-powered resume and interview platform, which helps you sharpen your most important job hunting tools, plus hands-on opportunities, virtual job simulations through Forage, one-to-one career coaching, expert advising, and even unlimited LinkedIn Learning, all included in your tuition. So normally LinkedIn Learning, you need a paid subscription to be able to access it, but as a Nexford learner, you'll have unlimited access to more than 16,000 LinkedIn Learning courses at no additional cost. And when I mentioned Forage, it's a platform also we partnered up with where you can get, job simulations, but at real companies like Accenture and, and so much more. And they're immersive experiences where you get to really have, sort of these job simulations and submit them. And they're super useful. So you'll see all information about that also included in Beyond NXU, your Career Success Hub. And so this is where Nexford is really different. We don't wait until graduation to talk about careers. We bake career readiness right into your learning journey. And a big part of that is our new AI policy this year. So at Nexford, AI isn't optional. It's part of how we learn and how you'll work after graduation. So that means that every degree includes AI-focused courses, and completing them is a graduation requirement, no extra cost. You'll be expected to actually use AI in your coursework. So when you do, you'll just, disclose how you used it. You won't just be graded on what you produce, but on how effectively you used AI to get there. Things like effective AI use and how well you can contextualize and synthesize what AI gives you. So why? Because when you leave Nexford, we want you to be fluent in the skills employers are demanding right now. That's why 97% of our alumni are employed or advancing in their careers, because many of them with promotions and of course salary growth, as we learned today. All right, yeah, let's move forward. So I want to talk more about AI, which is the exciting, remaining part of the call today. So more about AI use in the classroom at Nexford. So like I said, AI isn't treated as an optional enhancement. It's a core thread that runs throughout the learner journey that is embedded across every program to ensure practical, real-world application. And it's mandatory, like I said, so every learner is expected to use AI strategically in coursework, disclose how they used it, and complete designated AI courses as a graduation requirement. These courses come at no extra cost. Our grading model now looks not only at the quality of your work, but also, how effectively you used AI and applied critical thinking. So in short, we're making sure every graduate leaves Nexford fluent in the skills that today's employers actually expect. So whether you're studying marketing, HR, finance, or tech, AI is part of the conversation from the very beginning. You'll see in this video here, our AI and marketing module introduces learners to the transformative role of AI and understanding customer behavior. This activity encourages learners to reflect on the impact of AI within their own industry and then apply insights to enhance marketing effectiveness. So they're prompted to consider how AI can be leveraged to better understand customer behavior, optimize marketing campaigns through predictive analytics, and improve customer engagement and satisfaction. And by engaging with this exercise, learners will be equipped with practical strategies they can apply in real-world scenarios, of course, demonstrating foresight and innovative thinking in their professional environments. And in this example here, you'll see that this activity on e-commerce chatbots helps you apply AI and ML or machine learning concepts to real business challenges. Acting as an AI consultant, you'll create chatbot strategies for customer support, order tracking, and product recommendations. So you'll design user scenarios, you'll develop integration plans, and evaluate how these solutions impact customer service and business goals. This mirrors professional problem solving where you analyze bottlenecks, you propose AI solutions, and you present impactful implementation plans, ensuring you're not just job ready, but you're innovation ready. And last but not least, here in Module 5 of our professional communication course, learners are asked to use an AI tool of their choice to rewrite a pitch that they originally created themselves. They then compare both versions, analyzing wording, tone, emotional impact, and accuracy. The goal is not just to use AI, but to think critically about its strengths and its limitations in real-world communication, encouraging thoughtful and responsible use of AI. And each assignment includes a grading rubric, as you can see here, detailing what is needed to achieve the highest marks. So every criteria is very specific about what is expected to be found in your assignment and your submission or your project, right? And when you scroll to the bottom in this example, you'll see analysis and critical thinking as a key criterion here. And the rubric emphasizes the importance of a reflective approach to using AI. All right. So yeah, that was the last thing we wanted to talk about today. But here is a little bonus for everybody. It's a little example, that I'm excited to share. This very powerful example of a learner's submission from our intercultural communication course. This assignment was designed to encourage deep reflection on personal cultural identity, which is a fundamental step in building intercultural competence. Learners were asked to reflect on their cultural backgrounds, their experiences, and how these influence their communication styles, values, and perspectives. So what's particularly exciting is how this learner thoughtfully used AI as a tool to enhance their storytelling while maintaining a deeply personal and authentic voice. So it's a powerful example of how AI can support, not replace, meaningful self-expression. So I'd like to play this for everybody just for a minute.
Navigating identity in a blended world. Hello, and thank you for listening. My name is Heidi and I'm 23 years old. I live in Kenya, and I'm currently taking the class Intercultural Communication. Today, I want to share a glimpse into my cultural identity, shaped by my Kenyan roots and experiences living within a mix of Western influences. I'll take you into my family traditions, my connection to language, and a personal experience that ties it all together. Along the way, I'll explore how we learn James is school. Two people meet, there are really six people present. Resonates with the layers of identity and perception we all let's speak. In my family, traditions are always one of the most important is our celebrating birthday. It's non-negotiable. Birthdays are first celebrated with immediate child and siblings. After that, can include extended. This tradition strengthens our core bond, reminding us of the importance of those closest to us. Another tradition we hold dear is a monthly family outing. At the end of beginning each month, we choose an activity together, going out for lunch or dinner, attending an event, or enjoying entertainment. These outings have given us priceless moments and strengthened our connections. I was born and raised in Kenya, a country with a rich and a deep sense of community. This shared experience from cultural heritage and participating in significant holidays to language Swahili, Kenya's national language. However, they also introduced aspects of Western culture.
All right, that is just a sneak peek. I hope you guys enjoyed that assignment too. Honestly, it's very personal and it's very well done. And I love the animation style that this person used as well with AI. So it's really, really impressive. And, I'm sure we would receive a lot of amazing assignment submissions like this from everybody in the call should you enroll at Nexford soon. All right. We've been having already an Nexford application specialist on the call with us today, answering some of your questions in the background. But this is your last chance to answer, for us to pick up some questions and answer them live. So please keep the questions coming. We're keeping an eye on the chat in the meantime. So while you send those in, can we just ask a final question here for you, Ninian? Have you got any final advice for current and aspiring learners?
Yeah, for the aspiring learners, I just want to reiterate that the perfect timing is now for you to be able to join a Nexford. I was saying earlier that success has no age, and whatever your background, whatever you are in the world, and whatever circumstances you have, the next Ford is presenting itself as an opportunity for you to be able to continue your studies, to be able to earn a degree, and of course, not just a degree, not just a diploma, but lifelong learning as well, that you can also use for your practical life. um at work at the same time for your personal growth. So with that, I wish that you would pursue and join us here at Nexford, and join the community of learners, and for us to be able to achieve our dreams and whatever purpose that we have in our lives, and for us to be able also to continue to help our other people and our communities as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing, Ninian. That's very inspiring. Yeah, that's some great advice, that the time is now, guys. So, you know the enrollment deadline, you know what you need to do. I'll pull up our information on the screen here as well. If you want to speak with our team further, you can send us an email. You can book a consultation call with a senior Nexford application specialist. They can give you very tailored advice. You could share what your current job is, if you're working, if you're studying somewhere else, if you have family responsibilities, and so on. And they can, and of course, tell them, what your current career goals are, or your study goals. Tell them everything you need, and they'll work with you. They'll know what to ask you anyway to help match you with a Nexford program that best suits you, and what best suits your life to get started as soon as possible. You'll see our WhatsApp number there as well. And yeah, I don't know if I missed any questions on the call here, Heidi, that people have sent that we haven't answered.
We really covered everything. Deborah did ask duration of MBA program. Just a reminder, 12 classes in total on average is finished in 18 months. And then Olu, as regards to project work here in Nigeria, we undergo project works after master's degree is done. So I want to know if there's some, I think you might be in capstone. The capstone classes wraps up the MBA program, which is kind of a culmination of getting to use all the skills that you learned in the prior 11 classes in a really interactive work project.
True, that's true.
And we do have scholarship programs. And just know, as Mai said, reach out to your Nexford application specialist. You're going to get a custom experience, and we walk you through everything. You literally couldn't talk to us and not talk about scholarships, because we're going to bring it up to you, and it's part of our application process. Needs-based scholarships, we'll give you the application and help you with everything.
Yeah, all right. I think that's everything. Again, if you have more questions, like Heidi said, you know where to reach us. We thank everybody for joining us today, for this call. Wish you the best of luck in your applications and your enrollment process. And we hope to see you in our next cohort, hopefully in October 1. So thank you also, Heidi. Thank you, Ninian, so much for joining us today and making this virtual tour great. So thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.